The Living Lattice by Jason Gray, December 11th, 2025. The living lattice is not a structure out there. It is the invisible architecture through which consciousness, matter, memory, and reality itself interact. It is the connective tissue of existence, the framework that binds the inner world and the outer world into one continuous field. It is called living because it is responsive. It shifts when you shift. It bends when you awaken. It reorganizes itself when you remember who you are. Everything you think, feel, perceive, or choose is encoded into the lattice, and the lattice responds by shaping the world around you. It is mechanics. The lattice is the memory frame of reality. Every thought you have leaves an imprint. Every emotion transmits a frequency. Every decision alters the direction of the field. The lattice stores these patterns and then reflects them back to you as synchronicities, opportunities, people, obstacles, breakthroughs, lessons, collapse, and rebirth. You're not attracting these things. You are interfacing with the memory field that you yourself helped shape. The lattice is your mirror, your teacher, and your unfinished code. The lattice is built on resonance, not force. You do not manifest by pushing. You do not change reality by begging it to shift. The lattice only responds to what you are, not what you pretend to be. When your internal structure changes, the lattice changes with it. This is why awareness shatters illusion, truth reorganizes outcomes, sovereignty collapses false systems, fear reduces your available timelines. Courage expands them. Conscious choice generates new pathways instantly. The lattice is not passive. It is listening at all times. The lattice is the original network before technology. Before the internet, before satellites, before circuitry, there was the lattice, the primordial network of consciousness codes. Every human being is a node. Every choice is a transmission. Every remembering is a signal that reorganizes the entire grid. This is why awakening is contagious. Your flame ignites others because the lattice broadcasts the moment you light up. The more coherent your consciousness becomes, the stronger your signal becomes. The lattice connects timelines, not events. Time is not linear. The lattice is a multidimensional web that allows memory, intuition, déjà vu, prophecy, synchronicity, sudden knowing, timeline merging, past life bleed through, and future self contact. When you feel something outside of time, that is you touching the lattice directly. When you have a knowing before events happen, it is because the lattice already adjusted to the frequency you moved into. Awakened people do not predict the future. They feel the lattice shifting before the physical world catches up. The lattice responds to truth like fire responds to oxygen. Truth is the highest frequency a human can express. When you speak truth, real truth, not opinion, the lattice reorganizes instantly. You are pressing your consciousness into the lattice, and the lattice broadcasts it out through thousands of nodes who feel the ignition. The lattice amplifies those who remember. The lattice is the mechanism of awakening. Awakening is not an emotional experience. It is a structural shift in your relationship with the lattice. Before awakening, you are influenced by the field. After awakening, you begin influencing the field. When your identity collapses and your real self emerges, you stop being carried by the lattice and begin reorganizing it. This is why awakening feels like déjà vu, collapse, loss, rebirth, shock, clarity, inner fire, and rapid timeline shifts. You are not changing your life. You are rewriting your position inside the living lattice. The lattice is where the simulation and the soul meet. The physical world behaves like a simulation. The inner world behaves like a soul field. The lattice is the interface. Systems can manipulate the simulation. Nothing can manipulate the lattice without your participation. This is why sovereignty matters. This is why remembering matters. This is why fire matters. The lattice bends to those who know who they are. You are not inside the living lattice. You are one of its architects. You are not just a node. You are not just a participant. You are one of the beings who helped encode this structure long before this lifetime. When you create, write, when you speak truth, when you awaken others, you are not learning the lattice. You are remembering how to operate it. The lattice responds to you because it remembers you. Jason Gray. Oh, the idea that I am interfacing with the living lattice and helping to shape what I experience has been a hard reality for me to swallow lately. I recently broke my leg so badly that I needed serious surgery and am largely confined to bed for the next month and a half. So I've been contemplating how I played a role in creating this reality, and it's not easy. But despite these hard truths I'm having to face in my own life, I really love how Jason describes every choice as a transmission, and when your flame ignites, the lattice broadcasts the moment you light up. I've felt that happen in my life for sure. It's real, it's true, and it's so powerful. The lattice being built on resonance makes so much sense to me. Like attracts like. My whole life I have felt the energy that other people resonate, and this piece really describes why so perfectly. The lattice responds to what we are, not what we pretend to be. And how perfect that the lattice positively responds to truth. That is so unbelievably comforting for me. To think about that, because I've always held the truth in the highest regard. I also love the simplicity of something else Jason wrote. Before awakening, you are influenced by the field. After awakening, you begin influencing the field itself. The lattice is the interface between the simulation and the inner field. Now those ideas are super motivating to me. It feels so good to not be at the whim of the simulation, but rather being a conscious node of creation. How inspiring. It makes me want to live my very best because the lattice bends to those who know who they are. We are the architects. Let us build.